And welcome to this edition of the Angels and Destiny show. Why is this show called this, you may ask? So I tell you, the accepted meaning of angel is messenger, and the accepted meaning of destiny is to make them establish. So my guests and I bring you messages to establish what you need to know in the present. And of course, I like working with angels and the calmness they bring. Now, in a moment, I will introduce you to my wonderful guest, Daisy Foss. But before that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching this show live at a later date, as it means a lot to me to connect with like-minded people. Now, if you've never met me before, then my name is Ray, and I'm a guide who helps you remember your divine presence so that you can heal your past, create your future, and transform your present, to expand your consciousness, understand your spiritual path, and take charge of your destiny so you can spread your wings and soar. I'm the founder of Radiant Angel Energy, and through divine presence, virtual and actual retreats, transformational packages, a 6-week guided meditation series for confidence workshops, and so much more, I help you remember why you are here, your spiritual path, and the next steps to take. Now, each episode of this show covers various themes of your journey, a mini guided meditation and or angel oracle card reading with the wisdom of my wonderful guests, like today's guest, Daisy Foss, talking about what you really want with your life and how the angels can help you. And of course, this is a subject that's obviously close to my heart. Now, Daisy is a global presenter and healer who has studied many forms of healing whilst travelling the world extensively, assisting her clients by motivating, transforming and healing their trauma, addictions and physical issues. Now, Daisy is qualified and trained in 24 different modalities of healing with over 11,000 plus hours spent in the last 23 years. She has established her own healing practice using compassion and humour, and she is so funny sometimes, to infuse you with light. Daisy is also an award-winning editorial contributor for the Soul and Spirit magazine, and previously Connections magazine with 23 years experience in the media industry. She shares her wisdom and knowledge of awakening as a teacher and healer, working with over 12,824 people through her one-to-one healing sessions, workshops and retreats. Daisy specialises in assisting those who wish to move their life forward. Her mission is to perk up your petals with Daisy. Open your heart to angelic being. Step into the now with the angels of awakening. Now, with testimonials such as, I would highly recommend you because you give energetic healing sessions with a pragmatic and down-to-earth advice mix that really works on different levels of the challenge. I feel better immediately after our session and had a sense of clarity regarding the situations that we worked on. You have genuine compassion and authentic desire to help. I feel extremely grateful to have your healing support in my life. Thank you. And so grateful for you for the wonderful healing you gave me today. I loved how the angels and Merlin made their presence and assistance known with the beautiful violet rainbow light behind you for the whole duration. So without further delay, hello Daisy and welcome to the Angels and Destiny show. How are you today?
Oh, hi, Ray. Well, that was amazing. Thank you so much. All those statistics, I've forgotten about them.
It's amazing. You kind of think, my God, have I done all that? And have people really said that about me? It's like, oh, okay.
I asked for feedback and all these amazing things came. It was just brilliant. So we made them into medallions because, you do this job, Ray, and you just don't know what it's doing to people, how it affects them, what the feedback is, what results that you're getting. If you have a client for say 2 or 3 sessions and then they don't come again, you hope that actually they're better and that they really have they're successful in whatever it was that their issue, what they started off with. So it's if you don't see them, it's great, and if you don't hear from them, it's not so great because you think, oh, maybe they didn't like
it. No, I can't say anyone not liking anything you do. So before we get into this fascinating conversation, I want to remind you that not only can you share this video, but you can also ask questions, leave comments and thoughts, as both Daisy and I want to be part of this conversation, so please don't be shy. So Daisy, why don't you tell us more about your journey, and how about how the angels can help us with what we really want in our lives, our life purpose?
So purpose is the most important thing. Because if you don't have a goal, if you don't have an idea of what it is that you are, the intention that you have that you really want, you're just like a ship without a rudder. You're just literally bobbing along, flowing in all different directions. So the purpose sometimes if you haven't got one for yourself, you become part of somebody else's. So very early on, I realised that actually I wanted to achieve things for myself. I was a single mum, so you know I had to provide. And then when I met my husband, I still had to provide, but in a different way. It was a teamwork. It was a relationship that you have to. All relationships you have to work on, but this one was so. It was like just a dream come true. And then, of course, one of my friends said to me, "But you've been working on this for years and years. You know, all the mood boards, all the pictures. You know, your bloke does look like the picture that you had on your diary." So that was Jo Duffield. Hello, gorgeous. So it is the purpose is so important, and if you don't have one, I remember I'm quite dyslexic sometimes, and I remember writing this big affirmation up for everybody to see, and it said, "Don't be the pilot of your own destiny." I meant the pilot, but I couldn't spell it right. So, you know, be the pilot of your own destiny. You be the one that drives the plane. You be the one that can fly. Because you know, if you don't know what you want, then you're going to be given something that isn't to your liking. So I think very early on in my journey, I discovered that, and it sort of went from there. But I didn't know they were angels that were hitting me on the head, and sort of, you know, I'd be going along this way, and they go, "Nope, you're going that way."
So who do you think it was, or you just kind of like?
We're talking about the sort of late 70s, early 80s. It was all spirits. It wasn't angels. We didn't really. My first angels were when I was buying Christmas decorations.
They were mine.
And I had a Christmas shop in East Sheen in London, and so the Christmas decoration angels, I'd buy them for July, so that you get the best ones. And we put them up at sort of September time. People used to really shout at me until they realised I had the best angel collection in London, and they'd come from all over the world. It was amazing. And all these stylists would come and buy the Christmas angels and the ribbons and all the other stuff. And so by the time it was Christmas, I'd sold out of most of them except my most favourites. But it was about the early 1998, 1999 that I started to really realise that it was the angels. And how did I? Oh, in 2001 I fell off a cliff. I know. Going.
Yeah, just a big one.
And the worst part, Ray, was it was my third cliff. It wasn't the first time I'd fallen.
Oh my God.
So this one was the one I really hurt myself. And so my journey to healing took precedence. And of course, the relationship that I'd started with Paul, my husband now, was very new. So it was so new that we didn't really know each other that well.
Yeah.
We were on a holiday together, and you know, to end up in hospital was like, oh my God. But the angels caught me. They caught me. I literally felt them catch me, and I saw a light at the end of the bed that night. They came every day for nearly 9 months, and I was badly hurt, but I wasn't. It took a year to recover, and they came every single day. And I was doing morning pages. You know, when you do it's morning pages. I can't remember what I can't remember the name of the book, but it's such an amazing book. I'll remember it in a second. And the Artist's Way. Thank you, Angels. Oh, they're amazing. They do just
I know.
head. It's the Artist's Way. Do you do that? Have you ever tried that?
No, I haven't actually.
That's brilliant. You go to bed with a book and a pen beside the bed. I always use a purple pen because that transmutes any negativity or any fear. And then first thing in the morning, first thing you do before you even get out of bed, you write down your first thoughts. You write down what it is that you've either been dreaming or you've been thinking about. And then as the day progresses, you can at night time write down your evening thoughts as well. So it's either morning pages or evening pages, and it's an upload in the morning and a download in the evening. And it's this creativity that comes out of it is phenomenal. So yeah, it was so that journey, that year, that's when I started to really connect with these beings of light. And then I went on. I was having my own angel workshops. Just literally, people were up, I was doing card readings, and they were just saying, "Well, can you tell me a bit more about this?" And it's like, "Well, yeah, I'll tell you what I know. That's all I can do."
Yeah.
And so we used to have these very early angel workshops, and then Doreen Virtue came over to the UK, and I saw her on a one-day thing, and then she was coming to do her boot camp, her whole training, and I bought about 4 people tickets because they didn't have credit cards or they didn't know how to do it. Computers were new. This was 1995. And so when I went to buy my own, she'd sold out. I was like, oh shit. So again, the angels made it so that I was in Somerset. My cleaning lady I asked her to pack, makes it sound posh that I had a cleaning lady. I was very ill. I still couldn't pack things and I couldn't do the hoovering myself. So she packed and she ironed my clothes with some spiritual water from Amma. I'd been to see Amma and got this sacred water, this amazing puja water in this special little bottle. And my Elizabeth had used it in the iron for steam. So she'd steamed all my clothes with this sacred water. And she packed for like a weekend instead of a day. She's packed for a week instead of the day that I was going away. So when we went to do this thing in Frome, which was we didn't know it at the time, but it was to mend a broken divine line, the ley line, and it was the Michael line, which fractured.
Oh.
There was 6 of us, amazing healers. Again, didn't know we were doing it. We just thought we were going to meet somebody to have a weekend with this person. And when we got there, we realised what was going on. And so I left, so we mended this line, didn't even realise what it was until we got there, and it was through drumming, through crystals, through meditation, through intention, all of that divine line, that ley line fracture was mended. And so we went to. I went back to Glastonbury on my way back to London, and I saw Doreen Virtue, and it was like, oh, hello. And she was in the street, and the person I was with jumped out the car and just went, oh, and I said, I got out very calm, like, oh, hello, Doreen. Can I go to your? Is there any way I can come to your boot camp? She said, oh, darling, just turn up on the day. So the very next morning was the day, and I stood in the queue. I was first one there, and I stood in the queue. And when they opened the door at 9 o'clock, I felt so guilty because there's all these people come from Wales, from Birmingham, all over. England for this course, and I thought I'll stand back, and the person behind me went, "No, you won't," and she pushed me. So I ended up on the desk, sort of like that was an intention. That was a goal. I knew I wanted to go. I knew that I was there for a reason. I didn't know what was going to happen, but it was pure gut and trust. I got inside the door, and she said, "Stand over there." So there was 3 of us that had to stand and wait. And an hour and a half later, and every time I went to go, because I thought, oh,
yeah.
And the joke was, Ray, everybody kept coming in. Hello, Daisy. All these people I bought tickets for, people I hadn't seen for years. It was like, and every time I went to leave, the 2 girls at the door went, "No, you're not going anywhere," and stood back again. That was Doreen Virtue's boot camp. It was amazing. It was a whole week of working with the angels. So that was that, and there wasn't an angel centre in Glastonbury. And it was like, why? So a few months later, I bought one. Well, I bought a house that became the Daisy Centre. So it was all pretty. It just unfolded.
Yeah, as these things do, and it is again about trust, isn't it? And accepting it. But there's so many people that don't. You know, so what would you know if someone's going, yeah, I want to go, I keep reading about it and it keeps happening to other people. Why is it not happening to me? Why am I not getting this?
I think that it's trust. It's trusting that you deserve it. It's trusting that that it's what you really want, because that's the other thing. People say, oh, I'd love to do that, but actually they haven't got the commitment to do it. They don't have the certainty, because you have to be certain. You have to be really certain that this is something that you want. And when you are certain, then with that certainty, there's no shaking you. It's like, no, I really know that this is my goal. This is my purpose. This is something that I would like to do. And then, of course, it's the possibility of it. But before that certainty, the doubt comes in. And it's that little fear that sits on your shoulder. I call it the itty shitty bitty committee.
I like that. That is, and it's kind of like just ignoring that, isn't it?
Well, it's knowing that you're certain that you want something. That's your purpose. That's what you want, whether it's relationship, whatever it is. And then listening to the doubt, but pushing through the doubt. And then what are the possibilities? And once the possibilities arise, once you can see, well, actually, it is possible to do this. It is something that I can do with training or whatever, with luck, with love. And then the truth happens. It just happens. So it's all about, and of course, if you've got something that's been going on that's you're having a very difficult. I think Melanie's asking a question there.
She is, yeah. I'm just waiting for you to finish on.
All right, sorry, I was just about to launch into it.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Well, I mean, is it possible for me to ask some angels to help my daughter as she's going through a difficult time?
And that's Melanie. That's what we're talking about. It's knowing how to go through that doubt, how to go through that difficult time. And the way you ask the angels is first have that purpose, first have that intention, and the archangel to ask if you're having a really tough time. And believe me, it is not just you. Everyone is having some kind of pull upon them at the moment. And so the angels to ask are Archangel Michael. He's the first one in. Michael, I love him. He's just,
yeah.
He's He's the one that makes you hot. If you think, oh my God, I'm having a hot flush, it's a power surge. It's a power surge.
You know, Frank, that's the way I'm looking at it in menopause stage now, because I don't get them all the time. But I find if I'm meditating, then they're suddenly sort of like coming in. I'm going, that's power surges. That's.
So the first angel that you ask is Michael, Archangel Michael, and he comes in with his heat, with his fire, and you say the name of the person, and I like to put that person in my heart, so where my heart is, and I ask Archangel Michael to really just send this energy to them, whoever it is, and I've got their head at the top here, their feet here, and it's like the energy is just beaming against one hand to the other. So your daughter, what your daughter, if you can say the daughter's name, that's great. But if you can't, then it's just whoever it is. And once you have called in Archangel Michael, he doesn't come alone. He's the Elohim angel that is part of the group of Elohim angels, and he always comes with Raphael. That's the emerald green healer. And so when you call Archangel Michael, he comes in first with his sword, cutting the cords of fear, cutting the obstacles. Literally, I see him like a snowplow. He literally moves the obstacles and the energy, so that in can come the others, whether that's Archangel Raphael, who brings in healing, or whether it's Archangel Shamuel, who can bring in love. Because often a difficult time is a time when you're not feeling loved. You're feeling completely unloved, and or you're punched in the solar plexus. I got a bill today. Actually, it was on Friday when I went back to the Daisy Centre. There was a bill completely random, and they were threatening to take me to court. I haven't lived there for a year, and it was just like, but that thump in the solar plexus, it's just like, ah. And even if it's not your fault, even if it's not something that you have instigated, it's, it is the cost of living, it is the outside forces. Call in the archangels to help you, and there's 7 of them, 7 main ones. Is that how many you work with, Ray, or do you work with more than that?
It's whoever comes in at the time. It's like, yeah, I've got 7 today, I've got 5 anymore.
Bring me more. So the 7 that come, usually it's Archangel Michael, Raphael, then Gabriel will come in. Gabriel is the white archangel who brings in the serenity, the peace, and communication. Because a lot of this time that you're having a difficulty is when you can't communicate, because everything that's fearful is actually less than love. It's the love is missing, and so if you can cut the cords, if you can feel the healing, if you can start to communicate, and if you can then feel that love starting to come up in the body, and then the archangel Raphael is the archangel for the head, bringing in wisdom. He also activates your keys and codes, because sometimes we have symbols from past lives that we don't realize, and again they can be activated. And then Archangel Zadkiel, he's the violet, indigo, purple angel, and he transforms and transmutes all that fearful stuff. So it's really helpful to call them in, to just know that and trust that by calling them in, you're inviting them in, that they will go and do exactly what is best for you. And if there's fear, so fear, I think of fear as false evidence that's appearing real, false expectations that are appearing real, false emotions that are appearing real, or false evidence that's appearing real. Experience, evidence, emotions, they're all false because they're not in the moment. They're often past, they're back, they're behind you, they're done, but you're bringing that forward into the moment. Or, I didn't have any money when I was a single parent. So the minute there's a red bill or being taken to court, it's like, oh, that fear. And it's like, hang on a minute, it's not my bill. It's nothing to do with me. I don't live there anymore. It's nothing to do with them either, I might add. It was a clerical administrative issue. So AI isn't perfect. AI is all these automated things can get it wrong, and so you have to stand up and say you're wrong, or you've got to stand up and say I can do this. And so if you call in those angels and call in Archangel Michael, he's blue. He goes right through from the spectrum of really dark purple through that blue spectrum to the very light sky, almost like the moonstone color, sky blue, that really helps to cut the cords, dissolve, and bring in. He's also got scales of justice. I love them. It's the balance. And he's a bit handsome as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Emily says thank you. That's really helpful. And I'll certainly be asking Archangel Michael for help.
And how do you do it? You either go, oh my God, oh my Gaia, or
OMG.
Yeah, OMG. OMG, it's the AOA.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, don't call the AA or the RAC, just call OMG.
Yep. Well, I call the AOA, the Angels of Awakening. It's the AOA. And I think of them as the fourth. Before I realised who they were, I used to have them as an abbreviation of AAAA, 4 A's.
Yeah.
And that was the fourth rescue. You had fire, ambulance, and the angels were the fourth rescue team. So, and then the Angels of Awakening revealed themselves to me. I told the whole story I've just done a radio show. It's amazing. Couldn't believe it. And I told the whole story in that. And it was, as I was recounting the story of how I met these incredible Angels of Awakening in the Great Pyramid in Egypt, they've come back into my life with a woof.
Oh, wow.
It's just they want me to go back to Egypt again, which is like something I hadn't even thought about. And the Angels of Awakening, they're gold. They're the angels of the golden age of Aquarius. So this is why I'm always wearing gold. I've been wearing gold now since 2011, 2012. And it started to get more so in 2018, 19. And of course, that's 7 years from 2012. Yeah. And then even now, having left Glastonbury, where it's okay to walk around in gold with angels on your back, I'm still wearing gold, which down West Drayton High Street is a bit of a giggle, really.
Yeah, it's fun. I've always been into gold ever since I was a child. I mean, I like silver and it's nice, but I've always been a gold person. That's just how it's always been.
Well, that's the sun. That's the goddess in you. And that's the goddess is the one with the caduceus. They made me wear this. I know when I say to people they made me, it's like, oh yeah. They did. The angels asked me to wear this earlier.
Now we know why.
It's the Ankh. It's the Ankh, which is the Egyptian symbol of life, and the gold is from the sun, the divine, the divinity coming in through the sun, whereas the silver is the moon. So you have to have both of them.
Yeah.
But if you're more if you go to gold more, then you're much more a sun person than you are a moon person, and it's good to have that balance.
Yeah. No, I do have some silver. In fact, on on. My necklace has got some silver and gold as well.
I think we bought them from the same shop, didn't
We
we?
did. We did, yeah. If you're down in Glastonbury, Stone Age, brilliant shop.
Earrings, they even made me wear my earrings today. I've worn these about 4 times. So Ray, why I'm wearing them tonight, I have no idea.
Yeah, who knows why the angels have brought that one in. So we can ask the angels for guidance. But where else can we find our purpose? Would our purpose be in our childhood, or where else can we find purpose, or how can the angels help us find that purpose if we're not sure? Because a lot of people go, yeah, I want to find my purpose, but they go, but I don't know what it is. There's just so much out there that which one is my purpose?
Well, it's steps, isn't it? It's going through the steps. I love your mug. What's that say? Keep calm, I'm an angel.
And ask an angel.
I used to have a mug. I can't remember what the name of it was. I'll remember in a second. Was the angel of... Oh, that's right. It said Angel's Day Off. And I thought it said Angel of Duty. It's like, no, you've misread it. And that's what happens to us. Is somebody's saying Angel Day Off, and you see it and you hear something completely different. So where do you start by finding out what it is you really, really, really want? It's a process. It's a stepping stone. And quite often it's what you love. So you start off with, what are you doing around you? So what is it in your environment that you love to do? What did you used to do when you were a child? What is it that makes your heart sing? What is it that makes you feel like you are smiling from the inside? Because it's when that inside smile takes over that the environment and you behave differently. Going back to Melanie's daughter, when you're having a difficult time, it's easy to get really pulled down and dragged down. Whereas if you can find a way to lift your spirits, to lift yourself, to have a purpose, to have a spiritual something that you do every day, so that you can have an anchor. You have these Monday nights. I have Wednesdays at 11, and the 11 timing every day is my anchor. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. My behavior is such that I stop and I remember that that's the time the angels like to connect. And so when the environment is right, you're doing what you really love to do, and your behavior shows that, you start to take baby steps to do that, then you start to realize what you can do. It's no good saying I want to be a rocket scientist if you're not a scientist. It's no good saying that you want to be a concert pianist if you've never played the piano. If you've got a piano in your environment, if you find and seek out a piano and every day you play the piano just a little bit, then your capability of being a piano player will increase. And then when you can do that, you believe that you're a piano player. You might not be a very good one, and that doesn't matter, because you're practicing, you're actually doing it. And then if that's, I want to be a piano player, I want to be Elton John or somebody like it, then, and your belief system is such that, I am a piano player, then that's who you become. Your identity, your purpose becomes who you have set out to be. And once you've got that, that's how you know what you want. These are steps. These are literally baby steps, one in front of the other. And I see a lot of people who, they want a baby. First thing I have to ask him is, where's your husband? I can't tell you how many. Oh, he's in America, or he's off for 3 months, and it's like, well, you can't do it then without him. So, it's it really. So again, the purpose and the belief and the environment and everything has to match. It has to unfold. My saying, perk up your petals, is perking up your heart chakra, perking up the fluffing your aura. When was the last time you fluffed your aura? Do you fluff your aura, Ray?
Mine's always been filled with golden light, so
You fluff it.
Yeah.
You feel, because that golden light can get heavy. You fluff it up, and we do it when we laugh. You just laugh then. It's fantastic. But if you're feeling that life is hard, life is taking over, you're being overwhelmed, then what happens is you become this. It literally takes you down. So to come back up, you come back up from the earth, from Mother Earth, and breathing it in, having a look round you, having a look at what is your environment. Is it cluttered? Do you have all old stuff there? Have you got, and this is the best one, is it other people's stuff? How many times are you clearing up after other people?
Yeah.
How many times is your environment, your room, your office, your body, your life, is it filled up with other people's belief systems? Who is it that's in your head? That voice, is it your voice or your mother's voice? My mother used to be, and it's like, go away, get out of my head. And who'd you call? Archangel Michael. He gets rid of that really quickly, and he literally out the door. So clutter, not feeling that you are in control. These are all things in your environment that can block and be like boulders in a river. The energy can't flow if there's your environment is full up. And that's the other thing. If your hands are full up, how can you invite something into them?
Yeah.
You're holding on to so much stuff, so many old belief systems. You can't, and so much judgment. How many times do we judge ourselves so harshly when actually, let it go. Just let it go. And the best way to let something go is to get something heavy and drop it. And you go, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah, just make sure it's not something that's going to dent the floor. Or if you're going to do it, yeah, or your foot, yeah, because you really don't want to be hopping about, because then you will be calling on Archangel Raphael, come and heal my foot for me.
Oh, don't. I was cleaning out my husband's garage because we were trying to move, and he'd said to me, he's got so many tools, and it was like, why is your sander in a basket with a load of other things when you need it? Why is it there? And I moved it, and of course, because I moved it, it fell on my foot, and he's like, don't mess with a man's tools.
Yeah, there is that one. So when if you look back to your childhood, is there anything when you look back at your childhood that you now go, oh, that ties in with what I'm doing now or what I think now, but you didn't realise at the time it was?
100%, yeah. So my grandmother, my mum's mum, whenever we went to see her, she would make a cup of tea, and of course in those days it was tea leaves.
Yeah.
So we would, and I didn't drink tea, I was too little, but I was fascinated. And of course she would still make us do it. So Mum would have a cup of tea, Dad would have a cup of tea, and then she'd swish around and she'd read the tea leaves. And you think, well, even if you didn't want a cup of tea, you'd still have your tea leaves read. And even if you didn't want to have your tea leaves read, because you were in front of her, she'd say, the spirits say you've got to know what. And of course, it was her way of telling you what it was she wanted you to do that weekend.
Yeah.
But every now and again, there were gems. She'd go, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that was interesting. And she would herbs. She taught me herbs. She taught me how to pickle shallots. So all of this natural nature energies that and things that were so natural to her that now, of course, I mean, I went into a Star Child in Glastonbury on Saturday, and I bought things for people with long COVID.
Yeah.
All these herbs, marshmallow, white horsetail, and I'm having this conversation. Oh, nettle's really good for this, and that's really good, and it's like, like 60 years later or 55 years later, I'm being my grandma. It's just fabulous. So yeah, I think the being aware of what's in your environment, that there are outside influences, happened very early on in my childhood. She would make us have, before I knew it, we would have to have an hour of what she would call lie down time. And she said you'd have to lie down so that your energy can settle before you do something out. Now, of course, we call it the golden time. Golden time for children. You give them half an hour of golden time, literally breathing in that golden light, and it makes such a difference. So my childhood was sort of peppered with these gems. But if you'd said to me then, or even when I was a teenager, that I would be a healer, I would have just laughed at you.
Yeah.
No, absolutely no way that I was going to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you go through the first part of your life, picking up all the experiences, and then at some point the angels just go, no, now you're here for service. And it's different for everybody, but that service is it's a blessing, it's a joy. And it's knowing that what is your purpose, what is it that you're here for. And if you haven't got a purpose, if you just allow life to roll on doing the same thing all the time, with it's a difference that makes a difference, that actually puts you into a better position for the next door to open.
Yeah.
Sitting watching life go by on telly every night isn't the same as living life.
No, it totally isn't. And yeah, if you want to get an idea of your life purpose, look at what you enjoyed doing as a child. What made you happy. I look back now as a child, family of spiritualists and tarot, but I also wanted a telescope because I was interested in the stars. I loved kaleidoscopes, geometry. A storyteller. I'm a guide. I guide people now. And when I look back, it's like, oh, if I'd looked back earlier, I'd have started doing my purpose a lot earlier, because I was already doing it without knowing what I was doing.
So go back to my grandma. She taught me two things that she said would set me up for life. One of them was to play cards. I was an absolute card shark. She taught me how to play cards, but also how to read cards. So they like playing cards, and how to bet on horses.
Trying to work out where that one comes in.
She said either which way you'll get the attention of a man, and then you'll be able to talk to them. She said, if you can pick a sport, I'd pick football.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. So if anyone else has got any questions or anything you want to ask whilst we've got Daisy here, about angels or Merlin or anything, then do put that in the comments. And whilst we're waiting to see if you have got anything to do, as you normally know, regular viewers, that I like to ask my guests whether they'd like me to do a mini guided meditation for them, pull an angel oracle card. Now, because Daisy has a wonderful meditation that she does on a Wednesday, we thought, why not let Daisy do the meditation for you, and I will pull an oracle card for Daisy and everyone watching. So I'll do that first, and then we'll let Daisy do the guided meditation. So as always, I give the cards a quick cleanse and a bless. And again, as when I do cards, although I work with the past and I work with the future, it's always those things you need to know to bring you back to the current. So what does Daisy and everyone who's watching this live or the replay need to know for their highest good at this moment in time? What does Daisy and everyone who's watching this? Okay, we've got two cards.
One each.
One each. So we've got distant thunder, clear the air. And we have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. Okay, so what they're saying at the moment is you need to actually take the time, and I think this week really is a good week to do that with the solar eclipse coming in. So it's quite interesting these cards have come out, and it is, clear the air, release the stuff that no longer serves you, all that karmic stuff, all those doubts, those fears, etc. Release them. This is the time now to release it and to actually reflect and redirect the energy that may have been taken in one direction, but it's no longer now serving you in that direction. Redirect that energy to another place to actually go. And obviously, calling Archangel Michael to clear the air, to clear that stuff that no longer needs to be on there, so you can redirect it in a new way, in a new direction. And that's so yeah, really interesting. Those two cards decided to come out for yourself and everyone watching, with obviously what we're talking about and what's going on with you.
Well, as you know, I sold the Daisy Centre this time last year. It's been a whole year, and all I've done since then is to clear out, because I'm in my father's house. I'm clearing out my mother's house, my father's house, and my own stuff. And so for the last 12 months, that's exactly what has been happening: clearing the clutter, releasing and letting go, and then with that impasse, with that right now, where are we going to go? It is exactly after Easter. The time has absolutely unfolded to be in this moment. The new moon is the 20th, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so that is absolutely the time to step forward. Have that purpose. Be in the present. The present moment is your gift, and it's by being in that moment, present, and being with the goal and trusting how you're going to get there, by taking baby steps, one step at a time, doing what you love, not what you think other people want you to do. And that would be what I would say is going to shift that impasse. Absolutely.
Perfect. So, Daisy, over to you.
Whoa, gosh. So I work with the angels of awakening, which are the angels of ascension. They're the angels of Avalon, the angels of Atlantis, the angels of the angles, the sacred geometry angels, the angels of awareness, and these angels of Aquarius, these golden angels. And when we call in these angels, these AOA angels, they are working through your sacred geometry. When you get little bangs on the head, when you said about what was it that you did as a child, I made my parents move we were in Birmingham, and I made them travel from Birmingham to London to see the Tutankhamun exhibition when I was about 14, and standing in that queue for about 4 hours. And so Tutankhamun, the Egyptian priestess energy, all of that energy, what I work with the energy coming from the sun. So it comes, the first chakra is the crown, and it comes down through from your soul star to your earth star. So if you're thinking I'm talking about a first chakra and I'm talking about the crown, that's because I work with the Egyptian and the sacred geometry of that. So yeah, let's do this. And your heart is the 6 petals at the front, 6 at the back, so it's 12 petals that open. So and this is all about you being absolutely in that state and space of love, your space of love. So are you ready? Just take a breath. Both feet on the ground, spine as straight as can be. And as you breathe in this light, breathing in this love from your heart, from your lungs, as it flows through your body, breathing in from the great central sun above your head, drawing this light through from your higher chakras through to your soul star. And from your soul star, this energy flows like the sunlight right down through your light channel, right down to your earth star. And from your earth star to the heart of Mother Earth, this energy flows from the heart of Mother Earth up through your divine lines, your vital web, to your heart star. And from your heart star, the energy flows through to your soul star, bringing that light from the stars and the planets and the angelic spheres, drawing that light right down as you breathe in this breath. 3 beautiful big breaths, breathing in this light, breathing in this love as it flows all the way from your soul star through to your earth star, to your heart star. And in this space and place of your heart star, this golden flower arises, this beautiful petals opening one by one by one until all 12 petals are firm and bright, radiant with this light as the golden light flows through from the heart of your being. And as you step now into the center of your heart, stepping into this space and place of love, in the center of your heart chakra, the flame of divine love, this spark of divinity within your being expands through your whole body. The flame of divine love, this golden light, expands through all of your bodies until it fills your room. From the top of your head to the tip of your toes, from your soul star to your earth star. And in the center of this golden flame, the flames of ascension, the violet, indigo, purple light dissolving, resolving, releasing and letting go any fear, anything that is less than love. And as this violet, indigo, purple light, as you breathe it in, breathing in this energy of pure potential to dissolve and resolve and release and let go of anything, any problems, any issues, any stuff. Just breathe in and release and let go. And as you breathe in through these flames of ascension, from the violet, indigo, purple to the emerald green, to the yellow, the orange, the red, the pink, the yellow, all the way through to the center of your sacred heart, to the white flame of sovereignty in the center of your being, this beautiful white flame as you step into the center of your sacred heart. And within this space and place of love is your pearl, the pearl of your wisdom, the pearl of your heart. And as you step into the center of the pearl of your heart, this beautiful light, this beautiful love, breathing the one breath of creation, the one breath of the one heart, the one love, breathing as one. All your bodies breathing as one. One love, one heart, one breath as one. And as this pearl of your heart expands to fill your whole being, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, from your soul star to your earth star, as you are surrounded in this infinite love, this pure potential of your being. And in this space and place of love, you are safe, you are secure. The pearl of your heart, your protection, the safe space of love in your heart, radiating this light. And within the space and place of the pearl of your heart, just breathe. Breathing as you breathe through every cell, every atom, every electron of your being. And as you breathe, smile. The biggest, bestest smile in the world. Come on, you can do better than that. This beautiful smile expands through every cell as your heart smiles back. Your whole body smiles with this love as it just flows through your body, radiant and golden with this love, with this light. And as you come back, and in this space, you ask your angels to assist you, to help you with whatever is right for your highest good in this moment, right now, this pure moment of being. As you very gently now coming back into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, and as you open your eyes, you're still within this space of the pearl of your heart, the pearl of your wisdom. You hold your arms right out as far as they will go. You can feel that pearl. You can feel that energy. It's all springy. It's all lovely. It's all fluffed up, fluffing up your auric field. And it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for letting me do that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for doing it. It was lovely. And I was so present. It was so beautiful being so present here in the here and now. It's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is the basis of your energy field. And within that place and space, you can do anything. You can go anywhere. Be anything you want to. Dream big.
Oh, totally. It's always about dreaming big for that. So do let us know in the comments. So even if you're watching this on replay, please still do put in any questions, any comments, and we will come back to it. And Janeki says, you ladies are really funny and I've learned so much. Thank you, Janeki.
Yes, bless you. Thank you very much.
And that's the thing. It's about having fun.
It is.
And then the angels are fun, aren't they? They sort of like have that fun energy.
But that's how they can fly. They take themselves lightly.
Yeah, absolutely. Daisy, do you have any insights or thoughts or last final words of wisdom to leave our viewers?
Be happy. Make the choice to be happy. Make the choice to have a purpose. Choose. It's all about you choosing what makes you happy in this moment. This moment is your gift. And just call them angels.
Yeah.
Lots of love.
Yeah, beautiful. And Melanie says, thank you. Brilliant. And thank you for your question, Melanie. It was, and I think it'll be really helpful to other people that are watching this as well, who may think, oh, how can I sort of like help somebody who's going through a difficult time? But also remember, you can use it for yourself if you're going through a difficult time, as well as helping others.
And this is the time to ask for help as well. People think, oh, I can't afford it. I need to spend money on the things I really need. Sometimes this is the time to have the healing for yourself. And, you only have to ask. Sometimes the angels come in with a cheap price. You never can tell. So, always ask if you're needing help. It doesn't have to cost a lot at all. It will, if you ask the right thing, the right person will appear for you.
Yeah, totally. The angels will definitely direct you in the right place. So I hope everyone that you've enjoyed this conversation and found it insightful, because I know I definitely had, and I've had so much fun. So if people want to connect with you, Daisy, how do they do that?
My website is daisyfoss.com. Very simple. There's workshops and things on there that I'm doing. I'm doing a talk in York. Oh my goodness me, York next week.
Wow.
Amazing.
Everywhere. Glastonbury this weekend just gone. York next week.
I know, it's international travel. Or just national.
Yeah, national's good.
But yeah, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't really do Twitter. I haven't got used to the tweets yet.
No, I'm not really a Twitter one. And you've got a YouTube channel as well.
I have got, yeah, all the 1111s are on there. But yes, just give me a call. Healing is what I do best. That's is number one. And you know, no problem too small or too big, because we have a huge team of angels to help. But yeah, I'd love to hear from anybody. And I'd love to speak with you again. It's been such a joy.
Oh, we're definitely going to do this again. We are definitely going to do this again. And what I will do is, when the show's finished, I'll put all links to where you can contact Daisy in the comments. So literally, you just need to click on it, and you'll go straight there.
Magic, lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Daisy, for sharing your wisdom. And of course, if you are now ready to remember your divine presence and step into your spiritual multidimensional path, but you feel lost, confused, or stuck alone, then please feel free to connect with me, and we can see where you are now and how you can move forward to take charge of your destiny so you can spread your wings and soar. And of course, please feel free to join my weekly newsletter and receive a free future life progression recording, where I take you into a future lifetime to get guidance and the clarity that you can use in your current life, as well as a couple of other free gifts. And again, thank you so much to everyone for watching, commenting, liking, sharing. You know, and if you haven't yet, please do share this video, as I'm sure there are more people who feel lost and want to get clear on their destiny just like you and connect more with the angels. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, then please feel free to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified when my show goes live or I post new guided meditations. And obviously subscribe and hit the bell notification on Daisy's channel as well, which I will put in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you all same time, same place next week. And definitely, Daisy, you are coming on the show again because it's been so much fun. So thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you, Ray.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.